I'm Ty Lipscomb. I'm going to be interviewed today.
Hello, I'm John Fayad, and I will be interviewing Ty. So let's start the interview. The first question is, why college? Why now?
Um, I think college is important because for someone like me who's not particularly good at freelance stuff, athletics, whatever, I think that my future is going to be in academics. So I know it's important for me to go to college. And why now? I would say it's important to start early. It's important to understand where your goals lead to, and the earlier you start, the better your chances of actually, achieving your dreams of college.
Okay, that's great. The next question is, how do you plan on using your college education?
Personally, I would like to get a job. Um, something STEM, either math, maybe science, or technology. I like technology, but I would love to get a job like programming, develop games that people can play, do stuff that people will enjoy or like. I would like to make an effect on people's life. That's the ultimate goal. If I can do something that will affect someone else positively.
Alright, that's a very good answer, but the next question is, what are you curious about in life?
I'm just curious about how the world works and exploring, um, learning what's important to me, learning what stuff there is to do in the world, having fun, spending time with friends and family. I'm really just curious about uh, everything that I haven't seen yet. Because so far, my life has been just school, the video games, whatever. It's pretty basic, and I'm just curious about the big stuff that could happen into the future.
Yeah, that's good. Life is very mysterious. That's true.
Mysterio.
But what are some of your strengths or areas in which you excel?
I believe that I excel in math related topics, technology, programming type field. Anything that's hands on that I can actually work on, um, I think that I do pretty good at, particularly math. I've always loved doing math, and that's important too. Is I've always loved doing stuff like that. So it really interests me, and I feel like I can put a lot of effort into anything STEM. So definitely anything STEM. I think that's my strong suit.
Okay. The next question is, what have been some challenges you faced in school, and do you foresee these challenges being in college?
Some challenges I faced in school is probably motivation. Um, I've always been very motivated. I've never had a humongous issue, but there will be times where it's hard for me to stay motivated. There'll be a couple weeks where I'm just not feeling it. For example, in ninth grade, COVID and everything, it was just hard for me to stay motivated in school when I was doing everything online. Um, and, you know, uh, I think that I can overcome those things. I have. Um, I don't think that these will be humongous challenges later on in college. I do know that I will have these issues, but I think that I can deal with them properly and that they won't grow to be something that will ruin my career.
Okay. The next question is, what are some of your additional concerns about starting college?
Really just my social life, seeing my family. I'm worried that it'll limit me from doing the stuff with the people that I want to do. And I know that's part of life and growing up, but um, it's just a concern of mine that I won't be able to spend time with friends or family, and that I'll just be alone doing work all day. And I definitely would like to spend my young adulthood um, doing at least some fun stuff with friends and family. So that's probably my main concern.
All right. The next question is, in what kind of environment do you concentrate best, and can you create or access that type of environment while pursuing your education?
I think that I do best when I can be with my friends. Um, like I said before, uh, usually I like to have an environment where I can relax and focus on what I have to do. Sorry, For example, going into a room by myself is very helpful, and that's something I can do no matter where I am. Um, but really, what's important to me is being around the people who will motivate me, and I believe that I can create that environment, even if I'm not with the people who I'm currently with, such as my friends. I think that I can create an environment that has people to push me and places for me to do my work.
Okay, that's good. And lastly, what resources would be helpful to you when pursuing your education?
Um, Classes such as this, SLS, where I learn about how college really works, how education is really laid out, what's important. Um, Another thing would be like guidance counselors, like Dr. Akar. Really, just people who have experience who can guide me in the right direction. Because as a young teenager, I'm pretty much clueless. I like to think that I have decent knowledge for my age, but I know that it's going to be important for me to talk to those that are more experienced than me, and it's important for me to acknowledge that they're more experienced. Because really, connections, I think, are what's most important. And if I can pursue as many connections as possible, um, that'll definitely help out. Also, I think that getting things like financial aid through um, sorry, what's it called? There's FAFSA, Bright Futures scholarships. I think that I need to put a lot of effort into the financial aid and managing my money, because that's another important part of education. But I'd say those two are pretty big for pursuing an education.
All right, you did amazing. That's the end of the interview. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, John.